Okay, a lot of people have always asked me about the 3-valve kit. This is one of our original power package cars from like almost 5 years ago now that we did this install. And I'm going to cover a couple of intricate little details about this kit that some of you may need to know. Of course, this is how the upper radiator hose goes in the car. All 05 and 06 cars need this crossover housing changed. And yes, I sell the crossover housing because you need to go to the 07 upper and lower radiator hose. Because the 05 and 06 cars had a remote mount thermostat and they were down here. Of course, the turbo takes up all that real estate. Now what I've done on this car, as you can see, I made a little bracket for the ABS to kick it over out of the way. This is the power steering bracket that comes with the kit to relocate the reservoir. There is one intercooler bracket that comes with the kit, as you can see here. I ended up making another one for this side to hold up this side of the intercooler because our intercooler was dangling small. Now this is going to be a two-part video, and we'll cover some things. Instead of putting just a breather on here, we aim this one down, and yeah, it's just venting crankcase pressure. You're going to have to cap off this intake because if you leave this in place, if you leave this line in place, you will be putting boost into the crankcase. A lot of guys don't get that stuff. Now, this side, of course, gets just a little breather on it. You can do the 5/8 breather like on the other side as well, like we do on the 2-valve cars. Tapping in for boost referencing is rather pretty easy. And I'll try to cover the vacuum line routing on this one too, because you can see where we run the vacuum line all the way down to the blow-off valve and then teed it off and went over to the gate. There is no controller on this car. It makes about 8 psi on the gate alone. But this is going to be a two-part video. I wanted to cover some of this stuff. Another thing I like to do is this hose that runs along, we reroute it under the fan and of course heat sleeve it real well because it's right there by the downpipe and the hot side that feeds the turbo as well. So we'll be covering. Now this is going to be the top side video. I always recommend a boost gauge and a wideband on all these cars. Up to 08 you're going to need a set of HT0 spark plugs. The 08 through 10 cars need a little bit different. Yes, this kit does fit the 10 cars because they are still 3-valve and S197 chassis. From 05 to 14 they all use the same K-members. You don't need to relocate the PCM. There's not a whole lot of relocation stuff. And what relocation stuff you do get into is for the power steering, which you get a bracket for that. There are a couple brackets for this kit. I'm going to cover, here's the turbo support bracket for this kit. This kit's been on this car for many years now. So keep this in mind. We've been beating the snot out of this car for 5+ years. Now this is going to be pretty much the conclusion of the top of the video. And you can see here, I'm going to cover MAF placement. It's in a straight section of tube. Make sure you have the direction correctly. No, you cannot use the stock MAF. Use the HPX meter. If your tuner says, oh, I can't use the HPX meter, then find another tuner. We've tuned tons of these cars. We convert all the Fox bodies over to the HPX meter too, just because it's a great meter. Yes, the inside of this pipe is like 2.9 some inches. Of course, you can always hydro dip this pipe. You can hydro dip the radiator pipe as well. I do offer the replacement. We have one in stock for the upper radiator hose for these cars. And this will pretty much conclude the top video of the On3 3-valve kit. I wanted to cover this because I have pretty much done all the On3 kits. So this is the top mount video. This is the video covering the top area of the 3-valve kit. I'm going to make another video here shortly and have it hosted that covers the bottom of the 3-valve kit. And I'm going to go over a couple more little tricks that I do to the kit on there as well, like where to put your exhaust cutout. Because we've been putting cutouts on pretty much all the kits here lately. You can see there's a spot in the downpipe for your wideband. And of course we heat wrap everything. Alright, that's it for the top video. I'll get the bottom video going here shortly.